All right, we are live, or I am live. Okay, let's see who's here. Say hello, everyone. Okay, let me see if I can change this. Ooh. Ooh. I'm looking at music. Sorry. Everybody's like, what is she doing about? Let's see. Skip the ads. Some music. All right. Hi, guys. How is everyone? Hi, Denise. How's everyone doing? All right. So today I'm offering the Galactic Guidance for anyone who is wanting to invest in one. All of the money goes towards the mystical illumination slash clearsight consulting um, business. Okay, whatever they need to use that money, such as paying their employees and other things that we all benefit from, of course, such as maintaining the website, things like that. So that's where all this money is going to go towards. So if you guys invest today, thank you so much for that. Um, I think it's very important for us to help when we can. I know this is a way of me helping whenever I have time, of course, to donate. And so that's what I'm doing. And also, I talked to Michael and I wanted to see if we can start to have like donations, like a pot of donations of money for anyone who is a part of the clear sight slash mystical illuminations family, like the readers, and maybe they might need some assistance here and there, throughout the year. Everybody's going through a rough time right now, and so that's another thing that I wanted to use this money for as well. So again, thank you for all of you guys for that investments that you guys are going to give towards this company and towards those who give so much of their time and love into making all of this work and helping you guys out. So, and whatever it is that you guys are going through, of course. So that's what I have. So you guys can purchase via super chat. Um, so for like a one past life channeled message, that's $30. And then if you want a 3 card, that's going to be 25. And if you just want 1 card, that's $10 for tonight. I do want to kind of do a quick pretty much collective reading real quick before we start, so that we can see what's going on with coming in for this Libra season, what we have to expect for it, of course. Thank you. So let's see. I know there's a lot of for fixed stars for one that are coming through for this season. Let me just look at my star map real quick, because my star map is different, is based on my location. So the night sky might be different for whomever doesn't live up here. I live in the really northern state, so everyone in southern states might not have the same skyline. So let me just make sure that you guys can see what's out there. Okay. So new window. Let's see what's out there on the night sky that everyone can see. So what is influencing us for this season? Let's see. Okay, so astronomy. It's a lot of astronomy events that are happening in September. Let me see. Okay, we're already obviously Mercury retrograde, right? That's like the first thing that they say. And then see Mercury, and it's evening peak. So you can see peeking in the night sky time or early in the mornings. Let's see what else. Oh, and then we had, well, this was already the Perseid mid, and then okay, where 27. Okay, so September equinox, got it. Why is this glitching so bad? This website sucks. Let's see. Let's see. Night objects. Stellarium. We're going to do that. Yeah, we're going to do that. Stellarium instead. Hi, Tara. Hi, Linus. Hi, Maggie. Okay, let's see. Let's look at the Stellarium. Okay, here we go. I have it on my phone. So, of course, we still have the Summer Triangle, Lyra, Vega, which, so it is the constellation Lyra, Cygnus, and Aquila, okay, or the Eagle. So we have Deneb in Cygnus with Vega and Altair in Aquila that are causing a triangle in the night sky. You can see it in the northern hemisphere, meaning I'm sure you guys can actually see it because Lyra is actually one of the closest constellations to us. So if you find Lyra in the night sky, then you go directly to your left, then you'll see Cygnus, and then to the kind of like at an angle to the right bottom, you'll see Aquila. And let's see. And you'll be able to see, let's see, yeah, just that's just the only thing that I see right now. That is, oh, and then serpents. The constellation of serpents is has a big influence during this time as well. There's a lot of uncovering happening with that energy. So think about the serpent shedding its skin and or being cut in pieces, right? So that it cannot continue its cycle. Okay, so I feel like that's what the constellation looks like, that like chopped up pieces of the serpent. And so that being said, it's cutting or it's ending a cycle. Okay, that's at least that's what I've been told by my guides. It's like the influence of serpents. That's what it brings about, is ending of cycles. Okay, that the same BS cannot continue. Okay. That's what they said. Like, same shit cannot be, can't continue. You can't be doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. That is insanity, right? And so that's what serpents brings, is a sign of movement forward, a sign of an ending of a cycle, a sign of a death cycle and a rebirth cycle. Okay, and so that's exactly what the influence is. And so with the summer triangle, because we have three really okay, so we have the lyre, which is an instrument, and then we have two birds. So Cygnus is actually a bird. It's like a swan or something like that. And then, of course, Aquila being the eagle. And when we think about the Greek legends of Aquila in particular, being the one that tortured Prometheus on the mountain over and over and over again. Every morning he would go and eat Prometheus' liver and cut him up and stuff like that. And every, evening he will leave Prometheus, and Prometheus will, be rejuvenated, right? So death and rebirth thing, right? Because Prometheus was a immortal, and therefore he could rejuvenate over and over again, and this cycle over and over and over continue till Heracles, or what a lot of people call Hercules, finally got rid of the eagle. Okay, he finally killed Aquila, who was actually one of Zeus's favorite totem animals, or one of his favorite pets. So he killed that, ending the cycle of torture, okay, and ending the cycle of martyrdom, because think about what Prometheus' story brings. Prometheus sacrificed himself. He got caught because he wanted humanity to have fire. And Zeus was like, hell no, because humanity does not deserve all these gifts. So he was like, he forbade Prometheus from giving, humanity fire. Prometheus retaliated. He took what is it, a ray of the sun, and then he gave humanity fire. And in his retaliation, he got caught, and that was his martyrdom, or his, punishment. And so that is what we are seeing, is that we, I would even say as a collective, we've learned the cycles of death and rebirth. We've learned the cycles of sacrifice and I would say rebirth, because that's exactly what we've gone through. But now it's not necessary. Now it's not necessary anymore. That frequency is just replaying itself, because there's a lot of people out there who still believe in it, who still believe that they should sacrifice their happiness for a savior, or wait for a savior, when you are your own savior, when you are the only one that can get you out of whatever it is that you're going through, right? That is ending. That is done. Okay. And that's what this is, this encounter with this actual influence from the Aquila energy is definitely hitting us harder, in that sense that we don't have to sacrifice our happiness for anybody else. We don't have to, if we don't believe in something, and we're being told that we need to make a choice between something that we don't believe in and something that is totally wrong for us, and that being the stuff that we don't believe in, and keeping our livelihood, or keeping whomever in our life, then you choose you. Okay, you choose your beliefs over whatever is going on. Okay, and that's what this is definitely teaching us, especially because we have the influence of lyra in play here, the lyre music, right? But the actual energy of lyra is about, it's about kind of like rejuvenation, but also about trial through fire type of thing. And the Lyrans will teach you how to be strong when it comes to changes that are very difficult for you to make. They'll teach you how to choose a right path for yourself at that time. Okay. Um, and then we have, of course, Cygnus, as Cygnus kind of like representing, kind of in so many ways, like beauty, and then also understanding, because my guides are saying it's kind of like a shadow phase, where we might feel a certain way, about someone, and then we are shown their shadow side, and then we change our mind about them. And this is happening in our society right now, where we are seeing people who have high influence, meaning those who have followers, showing their true colors, and then in so many ways teaching us that we are not here to idol worship. Okay, that is a big no-no. That we are here to understand that we don't need to be influenced by anybody like that. Okay, so the glamour spells are no longer working on us. That's how I see it. Like they're like the illusion is fading quickly with those types of things, right? Things are changing. Okay, the consciousness of the collective has shifted to seek higher knowledge and higher understanding of the self, and how the self is related to creator, and how the creator has gifted us with everything that we need to survive and to thrive on this plane of existence. So that's exactly what is happening with the influences of this summer triangle, as well as the influence of serpents, the constellation. All right. Okay, so thank you so much, Denise. Aw, I'm so happy that you donated. Aw, thank you. Look at Denise. She's so abundant and so lovely. Okay, so that's what I wanted to see, but I do want to pull a card for the collective as well, and see what's going on with Libra season, right? We want to know what we or who should we connect to during Libra season. I know there's a lot of galactic astrologers out there who say that Libra, I think forgot what degrees of Libra and Taurus are actually linked to Pleiades, the Pleiades. So I would check that out if you guys are curious. But I do channel, so I don't really look at a astrology natal chart for this information. I just channel it. And then if you are curious about how that works, we can also do a fixed star reading with a natal chart. But that's just giving you information about how these fixed stars can influence the planets in your natal chart. So that's what it does. Okay. But we got to look beyond, you know what I mean? Like we're getting influenced by universal energies, which is creator energies, right? So it's like the bigger picture here. We're looking beyond the planets. We're looking beyond our solar system to the constellations, and then even to the influence that we have with the universe coming in, as well as like to like galaxies and things like that. Because when you think about it, or actually you could actually look it up, in astronomy, we have something that's going to happen, not in our lifetime, but millions and millions of years from now. There's a merger that's going to happen between the Milky Way galaxy and the Andromeda galaxy. Okay, they're going to merge, and astronomy is observing this because it's they're looking at the Andromeda galaxy and the way it's expanding, meaning that it's pushing the stars, like it looks like it's pushing its stars outwards, and they're coming this way. Okay, so that's what the merger is going to happen. And so that being said, we have high influence from the Andromeda galaxy already, right? We have energetic influence from that. So look at how that correlates to your life as well. We have to expand our understanding of energy and how it influences us at the universal level, at the creator level. Okay, not just this small solar system, because everything influences the solar system too. Everything outside of the solar system influences it, like the constellations, right? Fixed stars. And then everything outside of this galaxy, the Milky Way, is influenced by other galaxies. And then so on and so forth, right? Looking at the bigger picture. That's why I'm here. I'm here to teach you guys how to do that. All right, so let's go ahead and see what we got. So we got 3 cards for Libra season, influence for the collective. Okay, so we have new conscious earth. All right, new consciousness. I think a lot of people forget often, and this is not something that it's not something that they should be ashamed of, but they forget often why they came, right? Because they get trapped in the 3D world doing 3D things, right? But the new consciousness shift isn't necessarily new. It's really old. We've done this before, okay? We've done this before in different realities, different existence, different planets, different constellations, whatever you want to call it. We've shifted, we've ascended before many times over. So now the whole thing is that if you start to remember that consciously, the ascensions and how that process happened in other locations, then you're starting to plant that information into this one, planting that seed of energy for the growth of consciousness, for the evolution of consciousness within this planet itself. And this could take different forms. This could take you being a healer, or you being someone who channels information, or you even being an artist, creating beauty, or even being a counselor or a therapist, or someone in the medical professional that is kind, like takes the time to actually care for someone. As long as you care for people, that's when the consciousness shifts. It's not about who's going to start the consciousness shift. Like, who are the leaders of the consciousness? There's no such thing as leaders. Okay, when you think about how consciousness has shifted, how evolution has transpired, how ascension has happened in other realms, you will see that there is no leader. Okay, everyone agreed to it. All right, and so that being said, this is what we're trying to bring back, and remembrance of this information, and understanding that there is no such thing as separation. There's no such thing as someone better than someone else. The whole grouping of consciousness, or the whole categorizing of people, needs to stop. um, I understand that the ego likes to tell you you're better than that person because of your psychic ability, or you're better than so and so because you came from some realm right here, right? No, you need to stop that. Okay. That's not new consciousness. That's old consciousness sneaking in there and being like, you're better. I'm going to raise you up. And everybody else is down here. Right. So it's another ego trap right there. And so it's important for us to be mindful of that. It's important for us to really do our own inner work and really look at ourselves and what we are saying to one another, what we are talking about regarding other people. Like, I was guilty of that when I started my journey. I was guilty of it because I'm like, how is it that people are not like this? Or why is it that people can't understand that, everybody has psychic abilities? Why is it that they're trying to, do this or that, whatever, right? Undermine others, right? I did the same thing, the whole us against them mentality, right? Coming from the Orion Wars, coming from that karma that we had to end. And this is the perfect time to end that within you, okay? To try to understand, hey, that was a old world mentality. That was an Orion mentality. I'm healing that and I'm moving forward, right? I'm healing that and I'm trying my hardest not to compare myself to others, not to look down upon others who are not seeing things the way that I see them, or not having that connection the way that I have the connection to Creator. Everybody's unique. Everybody's here on their own unique mission, but ultimately we're here to help and assist each other with the ascension process. However that looks is however that looks for everyone. Okay. Like I said, it's very difficult for people not to be judgmental, but we had to start already. It starts with us, right? It starts with us. Like, yep, holier that. Yep, I agree. Hi, Mitchie. Hi, Julie. Super chat. I think you just click on it. Yeah, you just click on the where it says the comment section or whatever, the chat section or whatever. I think there's a super chat option right there. Let me see. Yeah, so where it says chat publicly or whatever, like on the bottom right here, and there's a little money sign there. That's the super chat, Julie. All right, so that's for Libra season. And you know what's funny? Because Libras will tell you the same thing. Don't judge people, right? Give them the benefit of the doubt, right? Because people are going to change. They're not going to be the same person that you knew 10 years ago, just like you're not the same person that you were 10 years ago, right? And we shouldn't judge people based off of the past, or what we thought that's who they were, because we don't know them anymore, especially if we haven't talked to them in such a long time. We don't know them anymore. We don't know their life. We don't know them at all, right? I don't know your life, you know. And it's important for us to understand this, and that's what Libra season brings us, is that balance and understanding that even though we are all different, we are here in our unique perspectives, and we have unique missions and things like that. We shouldn't look and judge each other anymore. Like, we shouldn't look down on each other anymore. We shouldn't think that we're better than other people, things like that. It's a process, you guys, you know, and it takes time. And don't beat yourself up for having those thoughts, though. Like, you're still human, right? But it takes time and awareness, self-awareness in particular, in order for you to be able to just be like, okay, I don't care. I'm happy doing what I'm doing. I'm helping people out. I really don't care what they think, right? Like, and that it takes time. I mean, as a Sagittarius, it's like ingrained in me to be that way already. But I know there's a lot of people who might not have Sagittarius energy, on the I don't care. I don't care if people judge me energy. Try to work with that. That I'm gonna do me, you do you. Stay out of my face. I'll stay out of your lane. You stay out of my lane. We're good, right? But yeah, that's what Libra season brings us. Okay, understanding. Okay, seeing it through seeing both sides of a story, right? The balance. I love Libra season because it always brings that in me too. Like, I'm just like, oh, and in my progress chart, I'm a Libra rising right now, so that's like even better, right? All right, so moving on, we have seeking karmic balance. Balance, guys, come on, see, and that's what we're doing, right? In order for us to get here, we have to do this, right? And so, don't rush it, you guys. I know there's a lot of things that have happened in your guys' life that might have been difficult. Of course, everybody has difficulties. It's different levels of difficulties. Of course, I've never experienced certain difficulties as other people that I've worked with, right? That I mentored, that I helped with their healing process. But it takes time. It is not just one day over, to the next day that you're completely and utterly healed, or your karmic cycle has ended, right? It takes time. It takes steps. Okay. Baby steps. I know it's very difficult for some of us that are just like, we just want it to end, right? We just want the bullshit to end. We're ready for us to move on, right? But it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to be frustrated because you're feeling it, right? And that's the whole point, is for you to feel the frustration, to feel the anger, to feel something, in order for you to understand where this is headed, in order for you to understand that you're actually going through the healing process through those feelings. Okay. Feelings, your emotions, are your guiding system to understand what you don't like and what you're no longer going to tolerate. Okay. And so that's what the seeking karmic balance comes from the Pleiades, is to understand this and understand that you're going through your process, you're doing your healing work. And yeah, you might encounter a similar cycle that you've experienced before, in the past, with people, like such as like romantic partnerships. You might encounter a guy who reminds you of someone from the past, or a girl who reminds you of someone from the past, and they have a similar temperament. They have similar ideologies. They have a similar personality, and now it's a choice for you to either choose to treat them the way that you treated the other person, or to allow them to treat you the way that the other person treated you in the past, or to do something different, right? Ending that cycle, breaking that karma. Okay. And the same thing applies to friendships, to interactions online, especially. You know what I do now? Because my Sagittarius used to be like, fuck you. Like, really, like, I would be like, fuck off, like type back something messed up, right? Like, make people cry online when they try to come after me. It always happened that way. So now, and this is when I was younger, okay? Not anymore, right? I quit doing that. Now, if someone says something that is trying to get under my skin, which I don't really, it's really, I guess it's really difficult for that to happen. Only when it's a pet peeve, like such as driving. Like I told you guys, if you guys were on my live the other day, driving is a pet peeve of mine. If you don't signal, if you cut me off or you do something reckless that is going to endanger myself, my child, or other people around you, you're fucked. Okay, energetically speaking. But anyway, I ignore those comments and I actually remove them or block people because I'm not gonna waste my time anymore by giving them attention, right? The best thing you can do to someone who is seeking that type of attention, especially negative attention, is like a fight, an argument, is to pretend they don't exist. That's like the best thing you could do. They're invalid, right? Sorry, not computing. Like, sorry, you're it's done, right? It's over. You ended it before it even began. So that's what, like, you'll have those types of interactions coming in again, right? You'll have those relationship things like that coming up again with different people, but it's still the same story, right? Or you'll have things that you feel, such as maybe there's something that you feel like you have to do and you thought you missed the opportunity, but in fact, it gave you time to really think things through in order for you to gather more information, in order for you to plan better, in order for you to tie up loose ends. And now you have the opportunity to do that, right? And so that's what this is. This is Libra season is going to give us this blessing once more with that opportunity. Okay. Now, next one is the past. Black lead patterning from Orion. So this is what we're facing at this time with the us versus them mentality, right? Where we are being told, be mindful of your thoughts, be mindful of what you're talking about. Um, don't, go out of your way to label people, um, because you've probably been there before, right? You've experienced something like that. And so think about it in that way, have empathy, right? Think about it as if, okay, I didn't like the way that I felt when someone misjudged me or labeled me or categorized me or put me in this, you know, thing that made me feel inferior, right? And so that's definitely something coming from the Black Leaf patterning, because Orion was full of this. Orion was full of the us versus them mentality, of the wars, of darkness versus light. And it's so funny because even the Orions themselves that believed that they were in the right, that they were the light workers, they never saw what they were doing as a violation of the other side's free will. And that's exactly why these cycles continued to perpetuate, to cycle, to exist, is that people who believe or who have good intentions believe that wholeheartedly, and they choose things that they believe are right, but in fact, they're not right, as they are a violation of other people's free will. And so that's exactly what we're learning as well with what we're seeing in our on our planet right now. You're violating other people's free will by saying, I'm going to force people to take something, place something in their body that they don't believe in, but I was told is a good thing. And I'm going to fight people online and argue with them and tell them they're ruining everybody's life by not taking this in, right? Again, people with good intentions, but they are taking action and violating others' free will. And that's what we're going to see during Libra season. And that's the karmic cycles that need to be ended, right? Okay. I like oceans. Like Libra is exhausting. I have seventh energy in Libra, degree sun and rising, not even a true Libra, and I get tired of balancing. You're welcome, Lizzie. Thank you, Jora. Joe says, "You're amazing. So much going on energetically. My Scorpio rising gives fuck off vibes too." Thank you, Margot. Yeah, so like people are like, so what, like for my skin or whatever. I don't really do anything to, like, I don't put any makeup on my skin. I can't, like, I get like allergic reactions to any type of makeup. So I like doing my eyes only, and then my lips. Sometimes my lips. Sometimes I won't even do my lips. I just like my eyes. I like doing things on my eyes, right? But yeah, that's what I do for makeup, but I don't really like wearing it all the time, you guys. Like, it bothers me because I'm just like, whatever. Like, I accept how I look. You know what I mean? Like I don't care if I look tired because I'm fucking tired. Okay, I let people know that I'm tired. Okay, I'm tired of their shit. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so that's what sometimes I just feel like doing it. But because it is the beginning of Libra season, and this is kind of like a tribute to Libra, I put on a little bit of eye makeup and lipstick, okay, as a tribute to Libra, because I know Libras are all about aesthetics, all about beauty, and making the world a beautiful place, right? As a tribute to my progress Libra rising as well. Thank you guys. Thanks, guys. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do our reading. So we have a 3-card pull for Denise Cole, and she was so gracious and purchased or to donate a 3-card for whomever. So we're gonna do this. So we have 3 cards. So we'll do one. So we'll do 3 people instead. Okay, Denise, if that's okay. So 1 card for each person. So 3 people. So just pick somebody at random, or people at random, of course. If you want, Denise, you can pick them. If you really want to, just write the names on the comment or whatever in the little thing. You can pick them if you want. If you want me to pick them, I'm just gonna scroll and click. That's what I'm gonna do. Just there. But it's up to you. Just let me know. Okay. So we'll do yours first. A 3-card Galactic. And if you guys haven't noticed, there's a lot of fairies playing in the background. I saw one a little bit earlier, like, oh, over here. It's like a mirrored. So it's like it went like that. But yeah, a lot of them in here. And so what is, like, it's so funny because I had this person ask me, how do I make contact with fairies? Oh, there it is. Like, you saw it. Like, how can I, see them, like how they come up on my screen or whatever. And I told them, make them offerings. Oh, here's another one that just passed through my right here. I told him to make offerings, to connect with them, to talk to them, because they're real, and it's kind of like you introduce yourself, right? You go outside, go to either a tree or a plant or wherever that you're being guided to go, and sit in front of it and talk to it like it's a person, because it is a sentient being. Trees and plants are sentient as well, and that's where the fairies, because they are the guardians of these beings, that's where they live in some of them. And so go to whoever you're attracted, and then sit in front of it and introduce yourself. It's like, hi, my name is can I have your name? Oh, there it goes again. Oh, over here. And then just say that, and then just sit with them and just be like, can you tell me what your favorite libation is, right? And so it's kind of like what they like to eat. And they'll tell you, like, oh, like, 'cause so that you could come back next time and bring it for them as an offering, of gratitude for connection. But you got to do this. You got to keep up this friendship, because that's what it is. It's a friendship. It's a lifelong friendship. And I've been doing this since I was a kid, talking to 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 invisible beings, right? It's lifelong. It's a lifelong connection. So yes, you have to talk to them daily, as well as with your guides, with any guide. If you really want to get to know a guide, you have to talk to them daily in order for you to understand their energy, how they present their energy, and how they can assist you with your work, right? So that's what I recommend. Okay, and then bring them an offering, of course. Like right now in my I have it right here on my altar. I brought an offered tobacco of mapacho, which is for my ancestors. That's Aztec tobacco. And then I lit a little bit for them. And then I put the rest on there on the offering bowl. And then I got, like, because the fairies were wandering around already. And I was like, what's going on? And they're like, can we have something? I'm like, yeah. And so I'm like, what do you want? And they wanted something with sugar. So I was like, okay, what type of treat do you want? And so they're like giggling and we're like, corn, corn. And I'm like, corn? I'm like, I don't have sugar corn or anything like that. I'm like, oh, it's candy corn. Because I have a bunch of candy corn. So I brought them candy corn. And yeah, that's what you do. You might sound like you're crazy, but you're not. They're real. All right. So let's see. Denise Cole. Get 3 cards for Denise. Ooh, someone's going on a journey. Okay, so let's see. So we got shamanic journey from the cetacean whales. So connecting to Sirius, okay, and particularly Sirius B for you. So shamanic journey is a journey for the spirit, okay? It is a need for you to escape for a few days and to connect with spirit, connect with your guides, connect with the nature spirits, connect to your own spirit, right? And then whatever information you gather during that journey, you bring it back to you as a gift so that you can learn how to manage or navigate through any difficult situation that you might be going through at this time or in the future. Okay. And so a shamanic journey doesn't have to be all like, oh, you complete isolation and things like that. It could just be you traveling to a power location, such as, Sedona has a lot of beautiful vortexes that you can sit at and meditate in. Or you could go to Joshua Tree or to Mount Shasta in California, or even I think in Canada, there's a lot of places too, but I don't think you can travel to Canada right now. I'm not sure. I think you're in the East Coast, so going to anywhere near water would be beneficial for you in particular, because it'll help you connecting with the water nymphs and the mer people and the whales, because there has to be a deeper look or a deeper dive into your soul. That's what you are needing at this time, to uncover aspects of you that need to be incorporated into your conscious life at this time. Okay, so this is going into the unconscious mind and is diving deep into that and discovering these things to bring them so that you can feel whole again. Okay, and so that's the first card. And then we have courageousness coming from Lyra. So for this one, Lyra being to me, the Lyrans are very fiery individuals. So they have transmutative properties to their energy. And so knowing that you're going to be working with water, you could also be working with fire, causing vapor, right? What does vapor do? It opens the pores, right? And heat and water opens the pores, and it allows for you to purify your physical body and your spirit. When For example, in Toltec shamanism, we have of rituals with the temazcal, which is the sweat lodge in English. So we have rituals with the temazcal where we welcome in the spirits for purification to help us with any ailments, and it does cure a lot of ailments. It purifies the soul, it purifies the physical body as well. We use sacred medicines in the water that is being boiled within the temazcal as well. Um, to treat any type of ailment that we might be having, or any pain, ache or pain, or things like that. And so I feel like this is something that's going to be beneficial for you. Maybe going to, if you don't have accessibility to a temazcal or a sweat lodge, then going to a spa and sitting in, or getting actually a spa treatment where you get massaged and then you go into, like a bathhouse or something that'll help you rejuvenate and replenish your energy and make you feel, you know, whole again. Okay. And the courageousness is all about having the courage to discover these aspects of yourself, and how do they correlate or relate to what's going on now or possibly in the future. Okay. The courageousness coming from liar, having no fear, being very fiery energy. You already have that within you. So it's kind of like telling you, okay, let's use this fiery energy within you to uncover and to discover more about you, okay, and about what your purpose is, and how the people around you work with you to really have more traction on whatever goals you're trying to accomplish here, or gain more traction towards them, towards actualizing, towards being more successful in whatever it is that you really want to create here. Okay. It might be, venturing into a different business practice, such as a completely new business model. And that's what I'm hearing. And the self-discovery, these journeys of self-discovery will help you have the courage to do that. Okay. So rejecting emotion is your final card, and this is coming from Zeta Reticula, which is in the Reticulum constellation. With the rejecting emotions, and more about the logical side of things, where you might be doubting a lot that you perceived, or you might be having self-doubts regarding if you can accomplish something, or you can actually successfully do what you want to do without having that what is it called? It's kind of like your self-doubt. Like, can you really accomplish this? Does this really be successful? Or do you want to just remain in something that you feel comfortable in, and not break free from your shell or anything like that, because you're accustomed to it, right? You're accustomed to that lifestyle. Okay. And so that's what the rejecting emotion is like. It's like rejecting the self-doubt is important, and really figuring out where it's coming from, or why it even exists, right? Getting to the root of the issue. What's holding you back? Are you secure enough in yourself, and you know are you secure enough in the plans that you're making, and can you really imagine yourself doing something new, something different, something completely out of character? At least, when you think about it in the sense of like what people think about you that really know you, right? How they perceive you. So that's what that is. So that's what I have for you, Denise. I hope that makes sense. It's like this new adventure that you're gonna be moving into for sure. Oh, you have a salt spy? All right. Yeah, you should go. Definitely. Go get scrubbed down. Let's see. She says, Yeah, I have a lot of plans getting all together, and basically having faith and believing in myself has been the issue. Plan all day long, so many ideas. Okay, so that makes sense. So yeah, so just it's about really understanding where this is the root issue. Where does this self doubt come from? Where have you heard someone tell you can't do something, right? And that's like where everything begins. Like, who's told you you can't be the president of the United States, or who told you you can't be the queen of the universe, right? Right? Where is this ingrained? And so, yeah, looking for that. It's very important for you to discover that, and you will discover that through your shamanic journey. Through going and taking time for yourself. Okay. All right. So next we have is I'm gonna Denise, did you choose three people? Let me just scroll down and see if you said something. Let me see. Oh, I can pick. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna do a random pick, you guys. You're welcome so much. I love you too. Blue flame integration. Look who the president is. If he could be president, anybody could be. Anyone can be president. A freaking chimp could do a better job. They sent the chimp out in outer space and came back safely. He can do a better job. All right, okay. Stop it. Let's not be mean. All right. Okay, you're gonna be our first one, Lilac Ocean, for a card from Denise. Thank you for your donation, Denise. Okay. Ooh, spiritual technology from Vega. All right, so connecting to Vega, I think, for Libra season, because we do still have that influence of Vega for the summer triangle, it would be beneficial for you to work with the Vegans. Okay, so let's give you a little backdrop. So Lyra, as a whole, is very much really evolved, right? I believe the Lyrians are one of the most ancient races in this constellation, in this actually galaxy, right? In their constellation, the Vegans that are found in the constellation of Lyra were a little bit slower to change. Okay, which wasn't their fault. It's just the environment, and all that stuff was a heavy influence to them. All right. So that being said, spiritual technology when it happened was revolutionary, right? So looking at Vega in the time that this was happening, there was a lot of discoveries that were had because they were more scientifically inclined. They were trying, just like us here, right? We're more scientifically inclined, unfortunately, because we don't believe in, you know you got to see it to believe it, right? We don't have faith in that it just exists, right? So that's how the Vegans were. And so they would create things to assist others or themselves to really see the spirit world. Okay, so for example, like I have this, I don't know why, Lilac Ocean, I'm looking at you like exploring like different like music and sound and vibration things, yes, but you're also exploring or possibly thinking of looking for tools to do like ghost hunting. For some reason I see this, like this is weird. um and it's like this little meter thing where you're just like scanning locations, around, like it's like maybe around your where you live, there's probably, stories of hauntings, and you're just going over there and just be like, because you intuitively know there's things there, right? But now you're looking with tools and you're like showing proof, like, see, something's there. And so that's what I see, that you're probably like, that's the one of the spiritual technologies that will be kind of cool for you to like to get. and then have your own business where if you're offering families how to remove entities or energy that's negative from their homes and things like that, and you bring these tools to assist, kind of like giving them proof first and then bringing other tools such as frequency and vibrational tools to remove any stagnant energy or any negative energy in their environment. And so that's what I see as a spiritual technology that you can use for your business, Lilac Ocean. All right, so let's do random pull number 2 from Denise's donation. Let's see. Hi, guys. Oh, you donated too, so you get another one. Oh, thank you. You have a ghost box? Yeah, Blue Flame. Yeah, those. Yeah, that thing. Ghost box. I guess there's applications too on your phone that you can use. I don't know how accurate those are, but oh, you could give one to someone else. Oh, thank you so much. You're so kind. Okay, so we're gonna do random poll number 3. Michi. Number 2. Sorry, number 2. Random from Denise's donation. So Michi, getting lost in the light. Everybody is. All right, so let's see. Let's see what we got for you, Michi. Oh, wow. Okay. What's gonna do good intentions. Remember what I talked about for serious? Okay, so all right, so let's talk about the Syrians and their good intentions and how that backfired on them. So, seeing that the Orion Wars happened a very long time ago, but it actually affected a lot of people in this galaxy. It had a ripple effect. Okay, so the Syrians were a little bit more evolved than the Orions at that time, and so they were kind of like guides. Okay, you can say they were guides. Some of them were physical, some were non-physical, but the non-physical ones didn't involve themselves in didn't they have rules, right? There's universal rules. You don't break those universal rules. They already knew that. And so the physical ones were asking these guides, can you help us help the Orions in whatever it is that they're going through? And of course, good intentions. You want to help your brethren because it's obviously affecting you. But unfortunately, when you send out good intention, good energy, or healing to someone that did not ask for it, that does not want it or is not conscious of it, it comes back or it creates an environment around them that is a little bit chaotic. Okay, so that's why it's really important to know what energy is and how to work with it properly because you are violating a universal law when you do that. Okay, free will right there. Okay, so that being said, for you, my love, I feel like there's people sending you that. I feel there's people sending you with good intentions, sending you healing when you never asked. And so it's kind of creating like you're sensing it, like it's something there, and you're just like, what's going on? What is this? Like I didn't who what is this? Who is this? Right? So when you think about it, they send a part of themselves, right? They send an energy signature that it's actually part of them. And so when they don't know better, that's what happens, okay? And then it actually might trigger you into thinking that someone is violating your free will, of course, and you might get upset, right? Thinking someone's around me watching me, someone's sending me energy, and you might think it's negative energy because you are not aware that they sent you supposedly healing energy, but you really don't need it, right? You didn't ask for it, right? So their ego was playing that where their ego says, let's send her good healing energy because I feel like she needs it, without consulting you first. And so that's what it is. It's like you're dealing with people who have good intentions, but are using their energy to violate your free will, unfortunately. And so the best thing for you to do, if you feel that like your interactions with someone, like you had an interaction with someone online, or after that interaction you felt their presence still, or you felt there's something going on where you felt energy still dwindling there, the best practice to do is to clear your space, love. Use some, I would use some cedar. Okay, use some cedar. First, you got to clear yourself. Okay, so you got to, like, if you're washing your face with a cedar smoke, going all over your body, going through your chakras, clearing them out, removing everything in your auric field, and then your home in your space. Okay, and then just say, I transmute any negative energy from within me and around me and without my house. I allow only positive energy to remain, and I return any energy that doesn't belong to me. Okay. And I transmute any negative energy that doesn't belong to me as well. Okay. And so that's what you can do. So if you're feeling like that, if you've been feeling that way when you have interactions with people online, that there's like this weird energy left over, like residual energy left over, again, they have good intentions, but they just don't know how to work with energy, I guess. Then that's the best thing that I could advise you to do. Okay. All right. You have cedar oil, and that's good. You could do that too. You could just rub cedar oil like on your chakras, on your third eye, and then the back here on your fifth dimensional connection, and then all of the chakras. And then you could just, if you can, get a spray bottle, like something like this, put some witch hazel or some distilled water, or even I'll do witch hazel and distilled water, put some drops of cedar in there, and do a smudge, like you're smudging but without smoke, and just spray yourself, spray your aura, spray your environment. Okay, you couldn't put your finger on it. Yeah, see. Yeah. And like I said, it's not that they're doing it maliciously. They just don't know how to work with energy. Like, unfortunately, that's what happens when we have good intentions and we don't know the laws of the universe. Oh yeah, ocean water works well as well, and vodka too. Yep. You're welcome. All right, so one more. Oh, yay, Maxine, how are you? Okay, so we have one more for Denise. One more for Denise. We're gonna do Margot. Oh, Margot. All right. So here, the last one for Denise's donation. Okay. Ooh. Power of sound from Vega for Margot. All right. So Vega, again, technology, spiritual technology that they worked with. They actually created physical objects in order for it to assist their people in their evolution, spiritual evolution, and healing, things like that. So what that is for you is vibration. How to work with vibration, how to change the vibration of a situation, of an environment, right? Or even of your own cells, right? Figuring out how your cells vibrate, because within each cell is, an atom, and that is vibration as well. And so we have to figure out how to trigger the changes that we want for our body, for healing purposes, and or even the environment, to change the frequency or vibration of the environment to a higher octave or a higher level. So I would recommend that you look into, looking at, for example, I'm playing right now, I'm 888 hertz in the background, and this is a infinite abundance vibration. So if you can hear this is helping you with your infinite abundance as well. And it's it brings in golden Christ consciousness energy as well. So working with that, will benefit you guys. So the power of sound will be beneficial for you, Margot, to use for your practice, for your self healing, and for assisting others with their work. Okay, so that's what I have for you. Oh, yeah, blue flame. Yeah, I get it. All right. Well, then living on the territory. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Thank you so much, Denise, again for your purchase and your donations to those three beautiful ladies. And now we have Avon. Three galactic cards for you. Thank you so much for your um, investment. Again, everything is going towards, for tonight, everything's going towards Mystical Illuminations and Clearsight Consulting, the company, to assist whomever needs assistance who works with them, and to pay the ones that are hired by them, right? So that we could get good content, right? And we could get more help for you guys. Whatever you guys need, we can be here to guide you guys even more. All right. Ooh. Let's see. Let's see, Yvonne. Ooh. Nice. All right, Avon. So the first one we got was Seeds of Polarity, and this is coming from Lyra. So, Orion, even though Orion had a huge, heavy conflict for a very long time that had a ripple effect on everybody, right? It had an effect on everyone. It actually started in Lyra. Okay, because Lyra is one of the most ancient civilizations in this galaxy, everything that transpired there karmically had moved into other constellations due to their traveling to other constellations to either conquer or learn from other species and integrate in those other constellations. So you will see Lyran looking beings in like Aquila or in the Pleiades or in, Sirius or even in Orion. You'll see Lyran looking beings, these hybrid beings, right? Because they intermingled here, right? So you'll see them there. So the seeds of polarity were planted in different locations, but it just accumulated. For some reason, the energies were just potent in the Orion constellation for the accumulation of big polarization of energy there. Think of Star Wars or think of Orion as being like Star Wars being like kind of like the playbook or a replay of Orion. Like this is where I swear to God, I think, that was channeled information. Like Lucas channeled that, right? Like I swear to God. Because everything like that's why so many people love Star Wars, because they're like, there's a familiarity to it. There's like, oh my God, I know this story, or I've been there before, right? So that's like, it's so familiar. It's so like there's remembrances that happen as soon as you watch these movies. Not the new ones, no, not the new ones, the old ones. Everybody's like, not the new ones, they suck. Yes, I can't even watch the new ones, but the old ones, right? The whole us versus them, the evil guy with the good guys, the Jedi or whatever, whatever. And so yeah, so that's what, Avon, I think this is what you are seeing right now in your life, is the polarization of of everyone, seeing the duality and how it plays out in your life, and how you have to choose daily to react to this, right? And it's kind of getting tiring for you, where you're just like, you know what, I just wish people would just get along. I just wish people would just stop being assholes, right? Completely. And yes, it's true. Everybody does wish that. I just wish that too. But it just feels like sometimes you just feel like you're just over it, like completely over it. Like you don't even want to interact with people. Sometimes you're just like, I'm over it. I don't even want to talk to you guys because all you talk about is drama. I'm gonna ignore you guys from now on, right? And that's perfectly fine. Take the time that you need away from humanity, meaning like in those interactions with certain humans that cause this conflict within you. Okay, it's okay to take that time. All right. He's like all the time. So yeah, so just take a step back, man. Like take a break. Go. I would say like go dark, right? Like dark screen. You're like not interacting with you guys today. I'm not answering your text messages. I'm not answering your phone calls. Why would you even call me when you could just text me for once? Right? So it's just definitely it's important for you to just be like, deuces, I'm out. I'm good, you know? And then this causes this after a while, homesickness, because you sometimes feel like you don't even belong here. Like you feel like this is all a fucking game, a mind game, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here, right? Sometimes that's how you feel because of these interactions where you're just like, I can't even get to know someone because something suddenly comes up regarding themselves, like what's wrong with them, right? Like you're like it's in so many ways, like they're showing me, your guys are showing me you're like one of those. You ever observed like the like the in the nature shows where there's like they're just there's this Serengeti, and then they're observing all the animals and how they're living, and then all of a sudden the lions and things like that, and then they're just watching, and they're just like, why would they go do that? That's exactly how you feel. You're just observing. You're just like, why would you do that? And so it makes you feel homesick. It makes you feel like I don't belong here. I know I don't belong here. I know I'm not from here. I know there's a better place because you came from a better place. All of us did, right? We all came from a better place, but we decided to come here to learn about humanity, to learn about our own humanity, and to learn about our own souls, evolution and growth, right? To learn these patterns, to learn our, you know, the darkness and the light polarity, right? And so that's coming from Vega as well. So there's a lot of Lyran influence for you. So this summer triangle is definitely influencing you right now. So I would definitely recommend that you connect to Vega, to Lyra itself, so that you could learn to just how to navigate through these difficulties, through difficult situations with people who are difficult people, right? Giving you courage, giving you stamina, giving you the ability to transmute that energy as well, right? That fire energy, to transmute it, right? Because that's why you have fire energies, to transmute. Okay. So yeah, so even though you might feel homesick, understand that anywhere you go is home. Okay, you can make it home. You can make it home. All right. You just need to remove things that make you feel like you don't belong, like the people that make you feel like you don't belong here. Okay. All right. Next one is new paradigms. This is why you're here. You're here to shift people. It's perspectives. You're here to awaken them and understand, so that they can understand what the new paradigm is, which is coming in for the Aquarian age, right? The Aquarian age is not all butterflies and rainbows. It's definitely getting to the root of the issue and seeing the bigger picture here, right? And so the new paradigm does this, and so you having that authority energy, very fiery energy, I pick up, you can open up those how do I say this? You can open up those roads or those doors through your energy, through assisting people in navigating difficult situations, assisting people in connecting with their spirituality like you are. Okay. And then teaching in so many ways, eventually teaching about the new paradigm about the shift in consciousness, about the raising of vibrations, right? So that would definitely be beneficial for you to do, to remember why you came. Okay, and this is coming from Andromeda. So Andromeda energy, influencing, coming from the galaxy of Andromeda, connecting to your roots in Andromeda will be beneficial as well. When we think about Andromeda, especially starseeds who have the Andromeda signature, which is a lot of us, we are bridgers of worlds. Okay, we are bridging gaps in between worlds. We are interdimensional beings as well as multidimensional beings. So we are able to connect one star system to another, one galaxy to another, and connect the information that we were aware of back then to this one, to assist us with the new paradigm shift that is happening. Okay, and so that is what you should be concentrating on for Libra season, is taking time for yourself, staying away from people who make you feel like you don't belong, making wherever you go home, and then bringing in that new shift that needs to be brought in. Okay, so you could teach that to others. All right, so that's what I have for you, Avon. Thank you so much. Oh, okay. Let's see who is next. Ooh, I scrolled all the way down. Okay, we have Ash Salem, One Past Life. I was like, CA. I was like, what's CA? Canadian. Okay, that makes sense. That's why I was like, why is it so much money? Okay, that makes sense. Thank you so much for your contribution. All right, One Past Life. Let's do this. Channeled. All right, so Ash, I'm going to go ahead and connect to your higher self and guides. All right, we're heading towards the constellation of the Pleiades at this time. Let's look at the. Okay, so they're showing me like a star map. So we're going from like star system, and then we're looking at that one's Electra. Okay, Electra. So there's several planets on Electra. Let's look at the planet. Okay, so we got like this. All right, the terrain here is very different than Earth, of course. The Pleiadians are very, very human-looking species, but there's also hybrids. Okay, but these in Electra, what they're showing me is the Pleiadians of old. So this is before their ascension. So think of the Pleiadians as the Norse deities, okay? The way that they look. All right, that's how they're presenting themselves, meaning that this is way before ascension. This is way before their technology as well. So this is it's not like the Marvel comics, not like that. It's like really Norse god stuff with magic, right? Like real magic, okay? Let's see. So they're showing you your characteristics: long white hair. So you're an elder, okay, in this lifetime, and a long white beard. Um, there's things that you're wearing on your hands, which look like, to me, they look like gemstones, but they're kind of long and kind of like forming, or in so many ways implanted, like it's one with your flesh. And then you have like other things right here on. Okay, so it's like around like the actual the actual crown. Okay, like other looking gem, like they look like gemstones. And there's also like these, to me they look like these little woven things that connect the gemstones all the way around. It's kind of like connecting the nervous system or something. That's what it looks like. It looks like branches or the nervous system. When you think about the nervous system, the human nervous system, it looks like branches of or actually roots of a tree. And so that's what this, whatever this is that you're wearing, looks like. Um, and then it forms into your own, like it goes into the flesh. So in this lifetime, you're an elder, but you're also kind of like like it looks like you're a magician, where you have magical abilities. Okay, let me see. Okay, so in the village that you live, there is you. You're the one that has the magical abilities, but you also have other elders. So there's like a group of elders that always sits with each other that have other types of abilities. You have the ability to actually create. Oh, okay. So you create these things. So they're showing you creating them out of like thin air. Like all of a sudden, poof, it's there. Like you're materializing this stuff, okay, and you're able to implant it on other people for different purposes. Like they're showing a young lady coming to you and you implant it right here on her heart, and from there it spreads. And this is about, oh, okay, so you're changing her vibration. So she was complaining about not finding love, okay, or her interactions with love weren't that good, and so you implanted one of those things. You changed her heart vibration, and therefore she's able to match with someone who was her perfect match. Okay. And so that's what you do. And then they're showing the same thing with another person coming to you, a young man that wants to know things or wants to remember things. So you implant a crystal like right here on the, like kind of like in between the third eye and the crown, and this is for memory. And it all, like, it kind of changes his physiology of his brain, and it helps him with remembering things for his studies or whatever it is that he's trying to do, right? So this is like kind of like you are working with these gemstone things to change vibration, to change people's uh vibration, okay, to help them out, okay, make their life better. So this technology was actually moved into homes, into buildings, into the actual planet itself, like a grid system. Um, you're able to create these things, like I said, out of thin air. So you weren't taking them from the planet itself. You were creating it for the planet to assist the planet with its vibration as well. Okay, to change the vibration and things like that, to give people better health, to give people whatever it is that they wanted, some heightened abilities as well for yourself and for others. So heightened like psychic abilities, magical abilities, things like that too. Strength, virility, all these things, right? Uh, So how does this apply to you now? So I think you're really fascinated with crystals, because obviously, but you're able to program them. Okay, you're able to program them to work with them when you're working with other people or with yourself for different purposes. So, for example, in my tradition, we call these stone people. So they actually have their own, they're sentient, okay? And we ask permission when we talk to them before we program them. So we actually connect to the energy first, to the spirit, and we talk to them, make it our friend, and we introduce ourselves to them like as if they're because they're sentient. We have respect for them, and so we ask them, hey, what can I, use you for? And they'll tell us what we can use them for. It's not like when you Google things, you maybe Ash, you might feel like sometimes when you Google things about a crystal, you don't resonate. Because maybe you have that crystal in your possession and it tells you to do something different. And there's nothing wrong with that because it is talking to you. Okay. It's the same thing that if you find things online, articles online about crystals and what their purpose are, metaphysically speaking, they were talking to the writer at that time, and their purpose is based on what the writer needed. Okay, what their relationship was with that gemstone and crystal. So if you get a crystal such as like selenite, what a lot of people say, oh, it's good for purifying and clearing energy, but the selenite that you get is telling you, no, you're going to use me for healing your heart. And you're just like, okay, or you're going to use me for protection, or you're going to use me for your house, or you're going to, things like that. You're not wrong. Okay, it's your intuition. The crystal talks to you. The crystal has a connection to you, and it's going to tell you exactly what you need. And the same thing applies to clients. If you have clients and you get a crystal for them, or you get intuitively, you get a crystal and you're like, this crystal tells me that you need this for this. The same thing applies. Okay. So that's why I always tell people, use your intuition, listen to the spirits. They'll tell you what their purpose is and how you can use them. Okay. They're wise. Okay. And that's exactly what they're saying, like with your magical abilities coming from this past lifetime, and he's just knowing what to do and what to assist people with crystals, of course, and gemstones, then just trust that, especially if you're exploring that. Don't read anything. I this is me, though. This is just me, okay? I never read anything. I don't read, like, when I get like for example, when I got this deck, I didn't read it. The pamphlet that came with it saying what the deck, each card represents. I didn't do that. I intuitive everything. And then when I work with the stone people, the same thing. I let them tell me what they're used for. I don't read anything online because I don't want to taint that connection. I don't want someone else's connection to that stone person that they wrote about to influence me, because it might have nothing to do with my connection to the stone person that I have, which is a different being, right? So that's what I recommend for you, and that's all I have for you, Ash. Hopefully that makes sense. Dig, have a good night, Blue Flame. Oh, Maxine, are you talking about this one? This big old bowl? This thing is like 2 pounds, you guys. I still have them in my shop, okay? And you get a pendulum, and then you get, of course, your little crescent moon. And this is an amethyst, and this is a obsidian, and then you get a little cool little green fluorite, or it actually has purple hues in there too. And then you get all these cool little prosperity herbs, and it smells like harvest season, like apples, like harvest apples. Okay, I love harvest apple smells, like with cinnamon and apple. That's pretty much like what what it smells like. But yeah, I still have them on my shop if you guys are interested. They're 2 pounds. They're 2 pounds of wax. All right. So let's move on to Maggie. Pull a card for anyone you feel energetic drawn to that may need it. Oh, thank you, Maggie. I'll do Mrs. Lizzie for this card pull from Maggie. Oh, and then I have these, like, they're going to go up on my shop as soon as I get the spoons for them. So these are intention wax melts, but in a jar. All right. So you have like a jar melter, you could definitely use it, but I like the purpose of this is to scoop it, and you're doing your intention as you scoop, right? You're like, I want to use this for whatever it is that you want to manifest, or whatever it is that you want to bring in. So this one is a love one. Okay, love, and it could be unconditional love, it could be romantic love. So there's like the crescent moon, this is a labradorite, and then you have a clear quartz crystal, and then you have a bunch of hidden little little rose quartz as well, like little chips inside the actual container as well. And then you have like all the magical herbs for love spells or whatever you want to use this for. Okay. And again, it's an intention. So you get the little scoop, and if you have a wax melter, you go like you could do this like however long you do your rituals for, ceremonies for, and you can use it anytime because this is a lot. So I would say this will probably last you a whole like depending on how much you use this, about 6 months to a year. Instead of just having like the little squares that whatever, because you could get as much as you want and put it in your wax melt and just do it like when you're doing your rituals or your ceremonies, and just be like, my intention is that this is going to assist me with whatever it is that you want assistance with. Okay. And it's in a cool little rose rose gold little jar thing. It's pretty cool. And then I also have the psychic ability enhancer. Psychic ability enhancer / connector one too. And so this is all, you got amethyst, but in the little chips are actually Arlite 23, which is a really potent gemstone to help you with your psychic abilities and connections to the spirit realm. And you also get a little crescent moon labradorite as well. And this one smells like, oh my God, like it smells like candy, you guys. So what the fragrance oil is it's a black currant. It's the fruit or whatever, black currant. Oh my God, it smells so good. Like this is also an intentions wax thing, and so it has like little chips in them as well with different psychic heightening herbs. Okay, so calendula, we have cinnamon, and then we also have which is the other one? Oh yeah, we have lavender in there as well. So it smells like heaven. But yeah, so yeah, that one is. These two are going in my shop soon. I just have to wait for the spoons. I got these cute little spoons for to use for the scooper or whatever. So it's cool. Okay, anyway, I'm like all excited telling you guys about it. But yeah, I have mine over here that I've been using. It's pretty cool. All right, so let's see, Ms. Lizzie. Let's get you a card pull for you. All right, so we have confusion coming from Andromeda. Confucius says, that's exactly what I heard. Like, Confucius says. All right. Your guides are funny, dude. All right, let's see. The path before you. Okay, so that's the confusion. What is the path before you? What path do you want to take? There are many paths to take. When you work with your Andromedan guides, because as an Andromedan starseed, a lot of us are from Andromeda, or we've been there before, and we have the signature energy coming in. We are bridgers of worlds, right? So we are the ones that choose to assist other beings in their evolution. So that's what you chose, and that's why you came here. But now the confusion lies in how can you assist? What path can you take to assist? What talents do you have that you can work with to assist others on their journey, right? This is something that you've pondered and contemplated for a very long time. And how is this going to look? That's kind of like where a lot of this hesitation comes from, is that how is this going to play out? How is this going to look? Am I going to set up shop? Am I going to have a like my own channel or social media, whatever? Or am I going to give specific things, like specific services? Am I going to have my own website? What is this? How is this going to work? That's where this is coming from. The hesitancy in stepping fully into your mission is the biggest one, because when you're looking, you're observing how you interact with other people. You're also observing how other people get interacted with. So for example, like if you're observing me and I get heckled, right? Like I get heckled on the which I rarely do. I used to a long time ago, like I said, because I used to fucking fire back, but not anymore. I hardly get heckled, right? I hardly get anybody trying me or testing me. And so, but then you observe other people who do get that a lot, right? They get like undermined, or they get people who troll them, or they get like bad situations or whatever. And so you're just like, I don't want to deal with people like that. I don't want to deal with assholes. I don't want to deal with drama, right? And that's why you're like, I don't know how this is going to play out, because I really don't like, I really want to help people, but I really don't like a lot of people. I think everybody watching right now is just like that. I swear, like that's I think that is honestly like a big challenge for a lot of us. Like, we want to help people. We really love people, but at the same time, we don't love assholes. And so that's exactly like a lot of people who are like, I really want to help people. I really love humanity, but I don't want to deal with a lot of like a lot of other people's bullshit. Like, I really don't. And so that's why the confusion sets in, because you're just like, how is this going to look like? Am I going to have to am I gonna have a run-in with assholes? Like, you probably have had some already, like with your interactions online. But I'm just telling you right now, when you set the intention that you create a sacred space for you and your clients, no asshole can breach that. Okay. That can help you tremendously. Where you set your intentions on, like, I set a circle protection for myself, and whomever resonates me will come in, and I'll assist them, and then we'll disconnect and go on our merry way. When you start doing that, you're going to start to see a shift in what type of people you attract as well, where you're not going to be so open for these people who are leeches or assholes, right? And you're going to be like, oh, now I have people who I can actually bond with, and I can actually assist, who actually want my help, and who are not going to take advantage of me, or who are not going to be mean, things like that. And so that's exactly what this is going to be moving forward. Okay, Lizzie? So don't worry, do what you need to do. Okay. All right. Okay, so Julie. All right, so we're getting a 3 card for you, Julie. You're welcome so much, Lizzie. J-Lo. Yes, Lizzie, exactly. All right, let's see. We have Julie for a 3 card. All right. Let's see. Okay, so we have all right. So we have the first one you got was progressive desires from Earth. So progressive desires is anything that you want to change, right? Any system that you want to make a change in, anything that you want to influence. Okay. That being said, for Earth in itself, a lot of us are here to influence the shift in the Earth plane, right? To influence the shift within our own families, within our own cultural belief systems, as well as societal belief systems, and then all these other things, right? With Julie, it feels like you are more inclined to shift where you reside, meaning the mindsets of your family members around you, your friendships, to include your professional relationships. And so the progressive desires are the desire for you to have fairness, but also have recognition of the hard work that you do, and not be taken for granted. And then to help people do the same thing where they are able to stick up for themselves and they're able to shift perspectives in within their environments about being empathic or empathetic, uh, and being kind and being generous, but also being helpful, right? Working together to accomplish something together, right? So you don't have to do it all on your own. And so this is where that comes from. But then when you look at the bigger picture, this is exactly what it is all about, right? Where we start at the smallest scope within ourselves, and then from there within our family, and then from there within others that we have connections to, such as coworkers, friends, and then from there within our community, right? And shifting is important because it starts with us, right? Everything starts with us. If we want to accomplish something, it begins with us, with an idea, and then with a plan, and then taking action. And so that's where this is coming from. It's a desire for you to change your environment, to change it for the better, not only for yourself, but for others. And so making a plan of to take action with is really important, is to really understand how this is going to start anyway, right? How are you going to do this? How are you going to accomplish this? Who do you have to align yourself with to do this work, right? And things like that. So I feel like this is something very important that you're taking on, but you're starting at a just your direct environment first, and then moving on from there. Okay, moving on, we got rejecting emotion. This is coming from Zeta Reticuli, the reticulum constellation. So this one is about not necessarily you rejecting emotion, but more or less like others rejecting emotion. Others that you know have the ability to be empathetic. They have the ability to choose to be kind, but they're choosing the latter, right? And they're looking at you like, oh my God, you're too overly attached, or oh my God, like you're overdoing it, like you're too sympathetic, or whatever. It's not sympathy, it's empathy. And so they don't understand that what they do affects people. What their actions that they take have an effect on others, and it also has a very negative effect on people's emotions. And so you are trying to teach people to be more mindful of that. You do it with your kids, you're doing it with your family members, you do it with your loved ones around you. But the people who you're trying to teach more than anything is those who are professionals, that who are more focused on their image, their money, instead of assisting others who are, they might be like supervising, things like that. And so that's what it is, that you're trying to teach them to be more mindful, to be more careful, to use their authority and power correctly and empathetically, I would say too. Okay. So the next one is the black league patterning. So this is why this is happening, or this is why you're seeing this again, is the pattern from the Orion constellation, where you're seeing duality play out before you. Within people, there's two energies. There's dualistic energies who are constantly in battle, and it's time for balance, right? And because we are in Libra season, this is a perfect time for you to assist people with that balance. Okay. The black leaf patterning, where somebody might think that they're doing the right thing, but it's actually causing more harm than good. So you're seeing that play out, and having to teach them how to understand that is very important in order for you to it's pretty much what you're here to do, right? In order for them to understand and to grow and to be better people. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Julie. Thank you. Spot on. Thank you. All right, so next one we have is Miss Maggie. Oh, Miss Maggie. Oh, okay, that's fine. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for your lovely. Oh, I already did yours, Lilac Ocean. Thank you so much for your lovely contribution. Again, all of this money is going towards Clear Sight Consulting and Mystical Illuminations. Okay. Oh, here's Hank. Hey, Hank. Hank is part of our Clear Sight team. Let's see. A card, please. Thanks for the message. Oh, you're welcome, Hank. So we're going to pull a card for you, Hank. You're welcome. So, Julie. Oh, Julie, I sent you an email regarding the Starseeds Club so that you could book your first Zoom meeting with me. And then we're going to do our first group lesson plan on Monday. You're welcome, Ari. Oh, you're welcome, me. You're welcome, me, Julie. All right. Let's go ahead and pull a card for Hank. Oh, that one just jumped. Ooh, the pulse of life, the galactic center, the galactic core. Okay, so very important. If you have Sagittarius at the, I believe it is the very beginning of the degrees in Sagittarius. Okay, if you have placement like that somewhere in your chart, that is in aligned with the galactic core or the galactic pulse or the galactic heart, whatever. As soon as Sagittarius season starts, that's when we start aligning. Okay, so in November, that's when we start to align with that. And that's where a lot of intense, beautiful galactic energies come in. So this is cool that we probably have that somewhere in your chart. And so this is coming up for you to start to connect in that way. So what is the benefits of connecting to the galactic core? Well, connecting to your galactic guides, connecting to other galaxies as well, universal things, and creator. Okay, connecting to the void, the beginning of everything and the end of everything. And then from there, expanding from there, understanding of how that began through the first manifestations of physicality in this universe, such as stars, planets, all these things, right? In Toltec shamanism, we are told that our first very physical manifestation was a star. And so discovering where you have a star or your physical star is it'll be very beneficial, because then you could travel to that in meditation and sit in the star's core or heart center and see what comes in. Okay, because remember, stars are observers of everything, of the universe and its expansion, its creation, to include planetary creations and destructions, right? Everything, right? And so your guides are saying connect in that manner so that you can understand where you've come from, where have you been, and where you're headed for the next go around. And so I would definitely do this at a new moon, because that's how traditionally we do it at new moons. So at a new moon, we connect to our star. It manifests in its purest form, which is physical form, whatever color, whatever constellation, whatever, it's going to be yours. Okay. And then from there, we project our energy into the star, and we receive the star's energy into our physical body. So you'll feel it. You'll feel your physical body getting heavier when you do the meditation. And then from there, we ground that energy into the Earth Mother, because we're supposed to ground all that knowledge so that we can recuperate the knowledge from those lifetimes, from the observations, to assist ourselves and others on during this lifetime, okay? And so do this during a new moon, okay? And then during the full moon, do this again, but you're going to create a different structure at a power point on this planet. All right. So you're going to do the same connection, but you're going to move it to a power point, one of your favorite power points on this planet. And you're going to anchor this energy there. And from there, you're going to gather more information from how this star energy, your energy, and this power point can assist the planet as a whole, okay, with the ascension process. So that's what I have for you, Hank. I hope this helps. It's exciting. Yeah, look, there you go. Sag, moon, and rising. That makes sense. Awesome. All right, then we got Star Creator for one card. You're so welcome, Hank. Yeah, the first time I did that star, it was when I got initiated. The first time I found out my star and where it's at. That shit is far away. I was like, damn. I was like, I have to travel all the way over here. Gosh. No, it's in a different galaxy. It's in the Triangulum galaxy, and it's a red star. And so like I saw it like right away, like boom, and then it was so like it was such a heavy energy. Like when we started to integrate it into our physical body, I was like, oh, like I felt like something was pushing me down into the earth, and I was like, oh shit, and then you feel it, all of it, like continuously, and then all of a sudden they go from the bottom of your feet all the way down, and then from there up again, right? The energy. And then I was just like, holy shit, this is intense. And so and then the second go around was during a full moon, and so because at first the shamans were the ones teaching us how to do it first, and then they'd like, okay, the next thing you just gotta find a grid point, and that's it. And so I went, and then like the one that appeared to me was Teotihuacan, Mexico, where I anchor this energy there, and I was just like, holy shit, this is intense. But it was fun. It was fun to discover that. I was like, what is this? Because like the star itself, I was just like, where are you? Like, where are you? I don't see you anywhere on like in the galaxy or whatever. And then I kept hearing my guide just like, it's out of this galaxy. Like, and I was like, out where? Like, and they kept showing me a triangle. Like that's the only thing that I had as a clue as to which galaxy. And I was like, oh my god, where is this at? And so then I researched triangle galaxy. Like I just put triangle galaxy on Google when I got home, and it's like triangulum and Messer 33, and I was like, oh shit, 33. Oh my god, 3 is my favorite number, right? That's why I have like StariAri 33, which equates to 8, and then it's like 33, which equates to 6. I was like, oh shit, changes and all this cool stuff, right? So I was like, oh hell yeah. It was fun. It was fun to discover it. I think, oh yeah, I do have that, you guys. If you guys are interested, I offer that on the Clearsight Consulting website. It's like I actually digitally draw your star for you, and then we do a quick meditation to connect you to your star so that you can replay it every new moon and full moon so that you can do that connection. And I have that, I offer that on the Clearsight Consulting website if you guys are interested. So I do digital artwork. Yay. I'm good at drawing. That's one thing that I love about being a Pisces moon, is that I'm freaking artsy like that. Artsy Pisces are so artsy. They're so good, like naturally good. You didn't have to teach Pisces how to draw. They're just good at it, right? They're just like, I'm drawing what I'm seeing. Because that's how I was as a kid. Like I was drawing what I see, and everything was like, whoa, like, and my mom's just like, what the heck? It's pretty fun. I used to draw people's faces a lot too. Like I just wanted to draw people's faces as a kid. I was really good at it. All right. So what I got for you, Star Creator, is Way Showing from Sirius. So this one this is kind of like your life's purpose here. You're a wayshower, you're a teacher, you're a guide. Remember, the Sirians are all of the Sirians, I would say, even Sirius, when you travel to Sirius, the star system itself, Canis Major, the constellation, the energy shifts automatically to learning and a learning environment, to actually being taught how to be a guide, how to be a teacher, right? And so with you, Star Creator, when you go and you travel to the star system series, is when the constellation of Canis Major, you're going to go into schoolhouses. Okay, that's what I call them, the schoolhouses of the soul or whatever, where you're going to remember, oh my god, I've taught here before, or you're going to like look like if you're in a classroom and you're going to be like, oh shit, why am I back in school? It's because you're learning things, or you're actually teaching, and so that's going to be like, you're going to be like, oh my god, it's super weird. But then all of the information that you're gathering there, like you're tapping back into like your memories from being in Sirius as a teacher, as a guide, as a a high priestess or high priest. You're bringing that back into you, because this is part of the remembrance process, and then you're writing it down. Okay, so you guys are saying, make sure every time you meditate or you connect to or explore different locations, you write it down, because there's keys there, like this, like keys to like a infinite puzzle that you have to figure out, and of course you're going to figure out this lifetime. But that's what this is like. This is what your purpose is you're a guide. Okay, you might be physical at this time, but you're here to guide people with their spiritual growth on their spiritual journey. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, Star Creator. Good night, Hank. You're welcome. Michi says a Pisces moon birth you. Can you imagine my daughter? Because she's a Cancer sun, Aries moon, and Scorpio rising. My little girl is a witch. Straight out. When she was little, I want butterfly wings, and I want a magic wand, and I want a crown because I'm a fairy princess, and this and just love princess stuff. Like she's a princess. She's a princess, and so she always wanted all these things, and she wanted her wand. She was doing some little like spells. She'll use the cats too. Like she'll be like, "Come on, I'm gonna transform you into a horse." It was so funny. But yeah, so now that she's a teenager, she's getting into learning more about witchcraft and learning about herbs, learning about magic, and she's like, right now she's learning about runes right now, because it's like something that she's fascinated with, because she's fascinated with mythology. Ever since she was little, she's fascinated with mythology, and so she's learning about runes right now. So she's into the Norse mythology right now, learning about that and how to cast runes and read them and stuff like that. So yeah, she's a little witch. Lilac goes, she's like, my Scorpio rising niece is 4, and every year she wants to be a witch. Yeah, that's funny. Michi said that Scorpio rising, her son is in Aries moon too. Oh my god. Yeah. He's gonna be a warlock. All right. Let's see, Maxine. Let's get you some 3 cards. Miss Maxine. Oh my god. I don't know if you've heard this, Maxine, but thank you so much for everything that you're doing. I know it's hard working in the healthcare system, but I truly appreciate everything that you do. And I don't know if you've heard this, but I'm telling you, okay? I know it's not directly affecting me, but it is energetically. Everyone's affected energetically, especially what happens with people who are working in healthcare and people who are, trying their darnest to help people with their healing, especially there, because they're underappreciated and overworked. That's exactly what's happening. All right. So here we go, Maxine. We have confusion coming in from Andromeda. So for this one, I feel like there is kind of like you're trying to figure out like how you're gonna navigate through. Okay, so healthcare system is coming up again for you, Maxine. So your job, right? How can you um, do something else, right? Because it feels like you're trying to plan. Possibly you're trying to plan to leave the location that you're at. Maybe looking at a different location that's going to be more sustainable for you and your lifestyle, to include appreciative of your hard work. Okay. I feel like there's a lot going on in that environment in itself. Like there's a lot of toxicity going on, there's a lot of negativity going on. You and the people who work there are just exhausted, mentally, physically, emotionally exhausted. And so the confusion comes as to what can you do, right? If you have to leave, where can you go? Or should you even leave? Or should you even fight back, right? Like what can you do? And so seeing that this energy is coming from Andromeda, it's about remembering, it's kind of like focusing on what you really desire. And even though you might desire to assist other people, maybe assisting other people in a different capacity can benefit you as well, right? Maybe looking at a different location to work and assist other people in that location instead, or even possibly completely leaving, that environment behind, and doing something else, something where it benefits you in the end as well. It's not just benefiting people, it's also with you. So that being said, it's that's where we have to ponder, that's where you have to evaluate whether or not choosing to do this now is gonna be helpful. Okay. I also feel like there's a lot of changes that are happening in your environment, in your media environment, and there's a lot of just hesitation on your behalf when it comes to that stuff too. And so it just feels like there's just so much going on, and it just feels like there's just so much drama. It feels just there's just so much draining energy as well. Oh, you're ready to leave? Yeah, you should. Yeah, definitely. So unfit, but this is why you're still there. It's unfinished business, right? So serious, unfinished business. So there's things that you have to wrap up before you decide to go, right? You have to do the proper steps of when it comes to leaving. Of course, looking for a better location energetically is the thing that you need to wrap up. What can you do energetically to end the cycle of unfairness in your life when it comes to your career, right? Of being not appreciated for all the work that you're doing in the environment that you're in, because we have to wrap this up, because in the next environment that can't happen again, right? So looking at this, what can we do, right? We can start by sticking up for ourselves, right? Taking action. When someone tells you, oh, you have this day off, and then all of a sudden they call you in, because this happens a lot to you guys in the medical field. They call you in, oh, can you work today? Because X, Y, and Z decided to be sick, or they're sick, or we can't find anybody to work. What you, as someone who has integrity, usually does is you go into work even though it's supposed to be your day off, because you think about others. You think about others' needs before your own, right? And so the best thing for you to do is to try to talk to whoever it is that's doing the schedule. And if this is a common occurrence, meaning that these people usually take these days off on purpose, or they call off on purpose all the time, and you're noticing this pattern, then you got to speak up, right? You got to be like, you know what? Why don't we shift? Why don't we change their shifts? Change their to different days, because they're screwing people over every time they do this. right? Speaking up will help you tremendously, because that's how you shift from not being appreciated to being appreciated as well. Or you could even tell them, like, you know what, I've been working my behind off, and I am so sorry that I don't like saying no, but I have to say no. It just sucks. It sucks saying no to people, because it's not the coworkers that you're saying no to, it is the patients that you're saying no to, right? So that's why it's kind of like that's why you're like, you hesitate. That's why you're like, I don't want to say no. I don't want to say no. So, but you kind of have to. You kind of got to tell them, you know what, strain out your schedule. Obviously, this isn't working out. Like, whatever's going on with that schedule is obviously not working out for everybody, because I keep coming in on my days off, or I keep staying overtime, whatever, right? So that's definitely what needs to happen. You need to tell it like it is. Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, you've been saying no for you feel bad for you shouldn't though, because you know, scheduling, whoever schedules you guys on the floor needs to realize that they need to fix the scheduling. That's where the problem lies. Is how, when they put people where, who's rotating where. That's where the problem lies. If you have unreliable coworkers, rotate them somewhere else or spread them out. Right? So it's like, oh, you're not going to want to work day shift. Let's go put you on night shift then. That's just how it has to go. They have to learn that, they need to do their job too, because they're only hurting you guys and the patients. So yeah. Yeah, you feel like they need someone to protect them. Yeah, exactly. So and that's another thing with unfinished business is understanding that there are good people that work with you, and that they'll have the patient's back, or they'll be protective over the patients, and they'll be okay if you leave, right? So that's one thing that you got to tell yourself, like, they're going to be okay because they have her, they have him, and they're going to be okay because someone else is going to come in who's going to be really good with them, who's going to replace me energetically, right? And so that that, okay, I can separate myself now from this environment, and moving my energy to the next one, and this one's going to be really good too, right? So that'll be very important. And then the seeking karmic balance is coming up as well, so that's the same thing with your career. It's about really sticking up for what's right, sticking up for your patients, sticking up for your coworkers who are overworked, sticking up for yourself too. And the karmic cycle ends with you when you start to shift things through your energy. You start to shift things through your mindset as well, so that you don't feel guilt over moving on. You don't feel guilt over taking the much needed breaks that you need. You don't feel guilt for taking care of yourself health wise. Okay. It's really important. You guys are saying that's the number one priority is your health. Okay. Cannot help other people if you're sick, right? You cannot help other people if you are stressed out. You cannot help other people, or you can't be there 100% if you are going through some stuff, right? So it's about taking care of you first, and not feeling guilty for taking care of yourself. Okay. And so this is something very important, Maxine. You guys are saying, please take the time that you need for yourself, for self-care, because you've been caring for so many people for such a long time that it's getting there, it's getting to you, and so it's definitely important for you to take a break. Okay. And this is for everyone who we're all of us here, we're caretakers, right? We have that nurturing energy, and sometimes we forget to take a step back and take a break for ourselves. And so it's very important for us to do this. And that's how we balance, that's what Libra season is all about, is to balance work and play, to balance our professional self with our home self, our much needed rest self, right? So that's definitely what is gonna help you so that you can move forward, so you can find that perfect job that is gonna assist you with balancing all of these things in your life, so that you don't have to pull your hair out anymore, or you don't have to overwork yourself to the like almost like unhealthy way. You're gonna find a job that's gonna appreciate you, and you're gonna find a job that's gonna be a perfect hours for you, and so that you can have time for yourself too. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Maxine. All right. And Avon is donating a card for anyone that wants one. Yay, Avon! Thank you so much. All right, let's see who we're gonna do J-Lo. We're gonna do J-Lo. J-Lo, Avon's donated a card for you. Thank you so much, Avon. All right. Ooh, J-Lo. It's time for some past life. All right. Lemurian era Earth. All right. So exploring the Lemurian era. So this, again, remember, Lemuria was it existed for thousands of years, okay? Before, this type of humanity ever came about. So the exploration of Lemuria is going to be based on your own relationship with that time, okay? So you might have to go back in meditation and connect. Lemuria still exists in the higher planes, you guys, just like Avalon, with the King Arthur and Merlin. It exists in the higher planes. Same thing with Atlantis. It exists in the higher planes. So you can meditate and put yourself back there. You can see or explore past lives there at any time, because time is an illusion. They're all interconnected. We're all interconnected with past, present, and future. So for this, J-Lo, they want you to meditate and connect to your Lemurian past lifetimes. Just ask your guys, okay, which one do I need to explore? And then they'll put you there. And whatever comes in is whatever information you need to know about that past lifetime for integration purposes, meaning so you integrate the knowledge that you had back then, whether it is something to do with a relationship with someone, or whether it is psychic abilities, or some type of ability that you had to integrate here to use it here, okay? Or a karmic cycle that needs to be learned and understood, things like that. All there, whatever it is, it's for you to explore, okay? And again, write it down. Write your information down. If it doesn't make sense to you right now, it will later. Write it down. Like I used to just doodle. Like I just draw stuff. Draw like somebody's face, and then draw like a symbol, and then draw something else that I saw in meditation, and I'm just like, it doesn't make sense. And then later on, I will get like some more information about that, and I'm like, oh, now it makes sense. So that's what I recommend for you. Okay, J-Lo, just explore it. All right. Soccer spazzer. Okay, cool. So you are next for a card reading. Let's see. Woo! That one just flew. Okay. So here we go. We got change coming from Andromeda. So change. Things are changing rapidly for you, especially when it comes to an exploration of the self. Like there are a lot of things that you probably tolerated for such a long time regarding like people and your interactions with them. And now you're seeing that you are no longer tolerant of those personalities, and you're seeing the changes in yourself that is helping you move away from those personalities, okay, from those types of relationships. I also feel like the change happens because you're more aware of your spirituality. You're more aware of the effect that you have on your environment, on other people, and the effect that your environment has on you, and the effect that other people have on you. So you're more self-aware. And then you're also realizing that within your self awareness, you're realizing that you want something better. You want better interactions with people. You want a better environment. You want peace. You want happiness. You want understanding. You want harmony, right? And so, that being said, in the Andromeda energy that you bring, that's what you will find. You'll find it through connecting to your Andromeda lineage, as the Andromedans in the Andromeda galaxy are more advanced than this galaxy. All right. So I would recommend meditating and connecting in that manner with the Andromeda energies. And then it'll help you shift more to your liking, meaning like exploring different friendships, different understanding different philosophies, learning more about spirituality, and also trusting your own intuition when it comes to these things. Okay, it's one thing to explore a different perspective regarding spirituality, but it's another thing to believe it, right? So it's with everybody watching, be mindful of where you go. Be mindful of who you believe in. Always trust your own intuition over everything else. Okay. So if you're getting information regarding a subject that someone else is getting the same information, or not the same, but their own filtered information, then trust your own, because you have your own filter, you have your own perspective, you have your own understanding of these things. And so it's important for you to trust that over someone else telling you you're wrong or this is how it really is, right? Don't don't do that. If somebody's telling you that, they're wrong. Someone tells you that, they're wrong. Okay, that's their own experience, that's their own filter, that's their own perspective, and they should be respectful of your own experience, your own perspective, your own filter, your own way of intuiting things. Okay, and so that's what you're going to see. There's going to be a lot of tremendous change, because change brings about growth, and that is what we are here to do, right? We're here to grow. We're here to grow, and we're here to teach other people how to grow. Okay, so that's what I have for you, soccer spazzers. Hello, Shannon. All right, we're gonna do yours, Shannon. You're gonna be our last one. Yes, discernment. Yes, exactly, soccer spazzer. Very important. I think honestly, we all have to learn this in some way, shape, or form when we begin our journey, right? Because questioning is like your best friend, you guys. Even if it bothers other people, it's important for you to learn, right? And you'll only learn when you question, when you ask questions, right? Like if something doesn't feel right, ask questions. It's like, I don't know why this doesn't feel right. Just say it. Like that's straight out, just be honest. Be like, I don't know why this doesn't feel right, or this doesn't resonate. I'll have to explore this further, right? There's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. Okay. You're welcome. Okay, Shannon, you're my last one, love. Ooh, you got Earth progressive desires. Okay, so progressive desires. What do you desire to create in your life? What do you desire to leave behind, right? What do you desire to influence? What do you desire to change? What do you desire to become, right? Or remember who you are, right? And so this is something that is a part of your journey, is a desire to really make a difference. And you've already done this by the first time that you help someone, or the first time that you smiled at a stranger knowing that intuitively they were having a bad day. You've already done this. You've already influenced. You already changed. You already left something. You already planted a seed, right? And so that being said, a lot of us believe, these little things that we do for others might not be a big deal, but they truly are a tremendous deal to those people that you've been kind to, that you've assisted in some way, shape, or form. By you being here, by you being born, by you existing here, it has already created a ripple effect in our consciousness, in our collective consciousness, to raise the vibration of the earth for the necessary evolution of the species and the earth itself. So you, Shannon, my dear, are the progressive desire already manifested. You already manifested everything that you've desired. It's just a matter of time, I would say, for that to really hit you. You know what I mean? Like for that to really sink in, that you've done so much already. And I'm so grateful that you have. So yeah, so that's what I have for you, Shannon. All right, loves. Thank you guys so much for your for just being here, you guys, for just existing. Thank you guys so much for everything that you do, even if you don't think it's a big deal. Thank you. I really appreciate it, because we all are affected, as we are all one with one another through Creator. We are all doing Creator's work here, and we're all doing it for one another, So thank you. I love you guys so, so much. And thank you for everyone who donated and everybody who participated tonight. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Libra season. And don't forget to catch me on my channel. And don't forget to catch my funny Ratchet Tarot videos. And all these other things. Oh, a card for your daughter when she wakes up. Okay, let's do this JLo's card for her daughter real quick. Oh yeah, and the membership. Oh, if you guys are interested in working with your galactic guides, or learning how to do that, or just learning how to read a star chart, you could subscribe to my Starseeds membership on my website, www.StariAri333.com. It's only $45 a month, and you get one Zoom private, like for month private actual reading, where we go through your galactic lineage, and then privately I console you with whatever it is that you need each month. And then you get a group lesson plan where we all connect via Zoom to like-minded starseeds who are here to learn on how to assist other people through their connections to their galactic guides, and through learning how to read a natal fixed star chart. All right. So again, it's offered. Our first actual lesson is this Monday coming up. But yeah, so if you guys are interested, definitely you can definitely sign up on my website. Okay. But yeah, let's go ahead, and we got a card for JLo's daughter, Homing Beacon from Vega. Oh my God, JLo. And I'm sure you're already very well aware that your daughter is a beacon of light, right? But in particularly Lyran, okay? Lyran fire. She's a transmuter of energy. She's an anchor of energy that is used to transmute negative energy on this earth plane. So that's what a lot of the Lyrants do, is their fire properties are here to transform negative energy into positive energy. They're here to change the vibration of a location, to raise the vibration through their fire energy, through their transmutive properties, right? Through the actions that they take, through the words that they say, through the way that they help others. Okay. And so that's what this is all about, is that she needs to really look at her energy and how it affects a situation, a location, and a relationship. Okay. Because she does have a good, tremendous effect on people. She does tend to change their reactions by even simply being in the same room as them. You know, she shifts things right away. So that's pretty cool. So I'm sure you already know this, and I'm sure she's starting to figure it out. But yes, but teach her how to do that too. Teach her how to release energy so that she doesn't keep it within herself, okay? And it doesn't affect her, okay? So through fire, through imagining herself in a beautiful, radiant blue with white fire. Like I see a lot of blue. Um, Blue with white fire radiating from her heart space all the way around her auric field to transmute this energy within her that belongs to other people and belongs to other locations, right? And then she could also expand that to transmute the locations that she's in, okay, such as her school, um, at home as well. If she has to go to an appointment somewhere or she has to go to eat somewhere, she could send that energy out and it could benefit the environment as well. Okay. So that's what I have for you, JLo. Scorpio Sun, Aqua Moon, Gemini Rising. She's a projector in human design. Oh, nice. Nice. Awesome. All right, you guys, thank you guys so much for sharing your energy with me and sharing your light with me and just being so supportive of me and of course of Mystical Illuminations and Clear Sight Consulting and all the beautiful, wonderful people in this beautiful and wonderful human project. I call it a human project because we really are, like, we're really trying to help each other out here. You know, we're trying to do our stuff as well as assist others people. It's like a big reunion, big remembrance. All right, love you guys so much. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye bye.